This is ABC7 News at 5. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Haley has the night off. Our top story, President Trump and his team make a visit to Naples today to see firsthand the devastation that Hurricane Irma left behind. ABC7's Jess Dowdrick was in Southwest Florida.
President Trump, the First Lady, and Vice President Pence landing here at Private Sky Aviation, part of the Southwest Florida International Airport in Fort Myers. The team quickly getting a chance to see how everyone is coping here post-Irma. When the president and his team landed, they were greeted by Governor Rick Scott. The team was then briefed by the Coast Guard and FEMA before taking helicopters into Naples to see some of the worst destruction that Hurricane Irma left behind. The trip comes just a day after President Trump extended the Florida disaster declaration to include a total of now 37 counties in Florida, including Sarasota, Manatee, Charlotte, and DeSoto counties. That declaration guaranteeing federal funding to help aid in recovery and response from Hurricane Irma. It was a quick visit from the Trump administration, the First Lady, the President, and Vice President all back at the White House tonight. Reporting in Fort Myers, Jess Dowdrick, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Jess, thank you. This is day 5 now. For those living without power, all of them want to know when it will be restored to their neighborhood. Here's the latest information we've received from the state. Florida Power and Light says in total 4.4 million customers were impacted by the storm. Power has already been restored to more than 3 million of those customers, and FP&L expects power to be completely restored for the West Coast by next Friday, September 22nd. Here's where the outages currently stand in numbers. In Sarasota County, 67,000 customers are without power. In Manatee County, it's more than 41,000 homes and businesses. FPL CEO made a stop in Sarasota today to talk about the progress that's been made.
We still have a ways to go. I ask people to be patient. We've got 21,500 folks out there. You can see some of the people behind me working all the logistics to keep this army moving, and we're not going to stop until the job's done.
He says 70% of their customers have had power restored, and they are working day and night to restore the rest. Tankers carrying gasoline are streaming into Florida's ports as the demand for gas spikes, with Hurricane Irma evacuees now returning home. Big concerns remain for the port of Key West, where communications have been limited and a damage assessment has yet to be made. Irma laid landfall Sunday in the Keys before making a second landfall in southwest Florida. Florida ports have been fully reopened or opened with restrictions as channels continue to be cleared of debris by the U.S. Coast Guard, including Port Manatee. Port Everglades, Port Tampa Bay, and Port Canaveral, which handle most of the state's fuel operations, have seen an increase in tankers arriving since Irma departed from Florida on Monday. Until all the power is restored in Sarasota County, those without power are being asked to limit their water usage. This includes toilet flushing, clothes washing, dishwashing, and other activities that contribute to the sewer system flows. Numerous lift stations are down, and until power is restored, overusage of water in these areas may cause sewage to overflow. I saw some generators set up at some of those lift stations today to try to help in that problem. Let's get a check on our weather now. A very warm day here on the Suncoast. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob?
Scott, yes, it is a warm day, and day 4 for a lot of folks being without power right now, and the heat index at 100 just about 20 minutes ago was at 104. So not a good time to be outdoors, to working. Actually, just kind of take it easy, relax a little bit. 86 degrees, sunny. The dew point temperature is way up there at 79. That's due to that west-southwest wind now at 9 miles an hour, and the pressure 2992. Manways, a webcam showing lots of sunshine out there, not much going on. We had a few brief showers this morning. They were sprinkles, to say the least, and we have a few isolated cells over northern portions of Manatee County. We'll call for just a slight chance for a few scattered storms through this evening. A little bit better chance for some rainfall tomorrow. Not enough to cause too much problems, I don't think, for our rivers around town. And right now the warnings are still in effect, but the one at the Manatee River at the Micah Head has since expired, which is a good sign. The Peace River is expected to again crest. It's already crested, but expected to go below a flood stage next week. You can see the Titan radar picture. A lot of activity out here in the Gulf. It's all kind of streaming off to the east. We'll see if it holds together. It's been kind of building out here, then working to the coast and weakening. A little trough of low pressure, if you will. You'll notice this storm was rather intense, and the tops are being blown off to the northeast, while the storm is really not doing much at all in terms of movement at this point. But A few showers I mentioned to the northern portions of Manatee County near I-275 and also 75, and heavier showers down south. Spotty and sporadic at best. No widespread heavy rainfall at this point, and we are anticipating just a 20% chance for an isolated storm or two. You can see that cell right there by I-275, just to the west of Parrish, all the way down to, again, near 301. And it looks like we will see a little bit more action on the radar map tomorrow. More in the forecast coming up in a few minutes. Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you. Thousands are still unable to return home following Irma. In this time of need, they are turning to FEMA disaster assistance programs for help footing the bill for hotel stays. Janelle Fort joins us now live from the Capri at Siesta in Sarasota with more on this program. Janelle?
Yeah, 8 families are currently staying here as a part of FEMA programs, and some may say they're lucky. This is one of only 3 hotels in Manatee and Sarasota counties that are serving as FEMA hotels and providing assistance through that program. Now, here at this hotel, as you can imagine, the phones are ringing off the hook. Unfortunately, this boutique hotel only has 10 rooms, and they were fully filled with evacuees. Now, the other 2 hotels are experiencing the same thing. At Homewood Suites in Sarasota, they're at full capacity, and you can't even get through the line to Anna Maria Island Inn. On their post-Irma voicemail, they say they're receiving 300 calls an hour and are trying to assist as many people as they can. The owner here says she's surprised at how few local hotels have signed up.
I mean, not only have we had multiple cancellations, but why would we not want to, provide some kind of assistance for people? So I signed up, and I was actually very surprised by just the amount of response. I don't know if it's because, well, obviously not that many people have signed up for it, but I was surprised that not that many were available to people.
So as you can imagine, many people are still scrambling, trying to find a place to stay. And unfortunately, the people staying here will join that group tomorrow.
Well, we're sorry about that. They do, Janelle was going to report that they have a wedding coming in there to that facility this weekend. So a lot of those people are going to have to find somewhere else to stay. If you have any damage from the storm, you can now register for FEMA assistance. You can register through the FEMA app on your phone or online at disasterassistance.gov. We made it easy for you and posted a direct link to all this on our website, mysuncoast.com. You'll need to give them your address and private insurance information. It also helps to upload pictures and documents that support your application. If you have any questions, you can also call FEMA at a toll-free number. It's 1-800-462-FEMA or it's 462-7585. A wildlife center on the Suncoast is asking for the community's help to treat some small victims of the hurricane. The Wildlife Center of Venice has more than 140 squirrel patients, and most of them are babies. That's not counting bunnies, birds, and other wildlife the center is caring for now. The center is in desperate need of stackable clear totes with lids and no auto shut-off heating pads. These are items that are needed for the infant wildlife they are caring for. Donations can be dropped off at the center, which is on Border Road in Venice. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, local relief continues to fly into the Suncoast following Hurricane Irma, how one group is doing its part to help in the recovery. And we'll get back to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. He'll have our first alert weather forecast, more on our weather and what's still out there in the tropics. And the World Rowing Championships are only weeks away now. How Irma has brought about some changes to the big event.
The 11 o'clock advisory, the new update now is suggesting that the tornado watch is over, although sometimes tornadoes do occur outside of the watch area.
In for now, because first responders still have to assess the area.
As information is coming in, we're just trying to make sure that it gets on air, on digital, and on the phone.
Storm's impact goes well beyond, damage and power outages. It also affects sports.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
A ministry that normally helps those in the Caribbean is concentrating its efforts now on the Suncoast this week following Hurricane Irma. ABC7's Christopher Brantley joins us from Agape Flights in Venice. They don't have to fly far this week, Christopher.
No, absolutely they don't, and in fact they don't have to fly at all right now. We're talking to the CEO, Alan Spear. Alan, normally you guys aren't in the business of receiving goods, you guys are normally in the business of giving goods.
Oh yes, today would have been flight day for us. We would have flown to 7 locations in the Bahamas, 4 locations in Haiti, and then 2 locations in the Dominican Republic. Today was flight day, Thursday and Friday. Every Thursday and Friday we're 3,000 pounds out of here and mail service for 375 mission partners.
We're going to talk about that in a moment, but let's talk about what you guys are doing here right now. So you guys had to send your planes up north, and they came back with goods, but that wasn't exactly the plan at first.
Oh no, it wasn't the plan. The plan was to get the planes to Tennessee out of the out of harm's way. The planes left on Wednesday, Thursday. Actually, I brought one of the planes back to evacuate my wife and I and some of the other staff, and we positioned them in Greenville, Tennessee. Our chairman of our board lives in Louisville, Kentucky, Steve Cook, and he called me and he said, listen, I think people in Louisville want to share some love with Agape Flights and with the people of Southwest Florida. And I thought, what better, we're known as love from above, God's flights. So the people of Louisville, Fos Community Church, Northeast Christian Church, Water Step, they loaded the plane up.
Let's talk very briefly, because we only have a few seconds left, but how are the missions down in the Caribbean? You guys are going to try and get flights going as quick as possible next week, but what are the word we're getting now out of there?
Well, in the Bahamas, there's a lot of damage. In Cuba, especially up on the north coast of Cuba, no water, no electricity, a lot of property destruction, loss of life. Some in Haiti, not so much in the Dominican.
All right. Thank you so much for all that you guys are doing. Talking to
what
Alan Spear for Agape Flights. They're going to try and get their flights down to the Caribbean as quickly as possible next week. And we were just saying you're going to have several flights that are going to be going back and forth all next week. Scott, back to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Christopher. Water service has been restored to all City of Venice residents. That's good news. The latest areas that had water restored are Groveland Avenue, Myrtle Avenue, and School Street. Water has been restored, and the area is under a boil water advisory for drinking and cooking for 72 hours or until that notice has been rescinded. And we'll let you know when that happens. Bob is back, and we've got a lot of things that are inconvenient right now without power and all of that, but boy, Nothing like what happened in the Virgin Islands.
Yeah, the northern Leeward Islands, Virgin Islands there, Scott, you think about it, if a storm doesn't hit us like a Harvey and Irma, well, our focus then will be to help out other nations to recover. But right now, they're kind of left down there until we get our house in order first before we go down there. And I've talking to a person on Facebook, and she's talking to her brother who lives in St. Thomas. Who they have not had power, and they have not had any kind of relief there for, what, 7 days now. Going on 8 days, and they have no home. They have 5 kids that are kind of huddled every night all together because there's no roof over their head, and there's no ferry to get them off the island right now. And so it's tough going down there, and it's going to only get, you know, better, but it's going to be a long time. Yeah. It's going to get better a long time from now. We are looking at a beautiful day out at Anna Maria webcam. The Anna Maria webcam finally back online. Had Goff fixing it, and he had some issues with power out there because of the 92-mile-an-hour wind gust that was recorded, not so much there, but just offshore of Anna Maria Island. And boy, it got heavy there. Again, we had hurricane force wind gusts, but not hurricane force sustained winds in our area. Here we have a beautiful day out there on Bimini Bay. Showers and storms out there in the Gulf of Mexico, all kind of working their way off to the northeast. A little trough of low pressure left behind from Irma, still rather active right now. We don't expect this to develop into anything as far as tropical weather goes because there's just so much shear going on. On top of that, some dry air to the west and an upper level low, which is not conducive for tropical development at this point, but we'll keep a watch on it nonetheless. You can see this line right here is actually expanding southward right along I-75. So we have some rain now along I-75 right there near State Road 64, stretching off toward the north. So still some pretty tough driving along I-75. We had an occasional lightning strike with that cell just about a half hour ago, and that could be spreading southward, continuing to spread southward now. It's kind of battling that southwest shear, but there's enough moisture in the atmosphere to kick off a few storms through this evening. The rain chance not all that high, but still it's there. And this upper level low, you can see it spinning right there by southern portions of Louisiana. It continues to move off to the northeast, but then there's that plume of moisture with that trough digging there into the eastern Gulf of Mexico at this point. Now, the satellite imagery confirms that activity still kind of working its way off from the southwest to the northeast, and the outflow from looks like Jose out there moving off toward the Bahamas. Our evening planner calling for a few scattered showers, otherwise partly cloudy skies and staying warm. 79 degrees expected by 11 o'clock. Currently at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport, the heat index at 100 degrees and the humidity fairly high, 79%, the same as the dew point, and the barometer 29.92 inches. It's been hovering right around standard pressure for the past 24 hours now. Hourly forecast, Friday, partly cloudy skies, a chance for showers and storms in the afternoon. Looks like a little bit better chance for that happening tomorrow afternoon. And by the way, Friday Fest, I believe, has been postponed or canceled for this Friday. So again, Friday Fest canceled as a result of the cleanup going on. 86, we're expecting temperatures to be in the upper 80s right around 3, 4 o'clock. Well, in the Atlantic, we still have Jose. It's a tropical storm now. It's getting beat up, too, by some dry air and some shear going on. That's expected to lessen somewhat, so this could bounce back to a hurricane. At one point, it was a Category 4 hurricane. Tropical storm Jose with 70-mile-an-hour winds expected to move off toward the west-northwest and then become more northerly. And then it's getting close now to the U.S. in the 5th day, so there's some uncertainty here as to which way it's going to go. They split the difference and right in between there, so the northeast has to kind of keep an eye on this one after day 5 and day 6. The tropical update showing there's Jose. This is a fairly strong tropical wave. It's moving too fast right now to develop that quickly, but down the road there's a chance something could develop as it moves into this area about 5 days from now. So we'll watch that, especially on and through midweek next week. 97 Dallas now at 63 in Minot, Albuquerque at 75 for boaters. Looks to be pretty light out there. Seas will be just around 2 feet or less, and we'll see a water temperature now 89 degrees. So it was 83 at one point, now it's 89. Beaches will see a high of 88. Forecast checks in like this. Tides 11:01 for the next high tide, and just a few clouds, a slight chance for a few scattered storms through this evening. 77 for your low. Tomorrow, look for a good chance for scattered storms at 50%, dropping to 30% on Saturday. The weekend looks good, and then only slightly cooler temperatures for morning lows to start the work week. Back to you, Scott.
We'll take it. Thank you, Bob. Now to first alert traffic. Roadways appear to be running smoothly right now. No major delays in Bradenton. Just some typical slowdowns at intersections. And then no crashes to report in Sarasota or South Sarasota County as well. And the interstate is looking good, all green at this hour. The organizers of the 2017 World Rowing Championship at Nathan Benderson Park are getting back on track now that Hurricane Irma has passed. Event staff say the weather did shift the timeline for setting up stands, tents, and other construction projects. However, extra days to accommodate weather were factored into the planning process. So the show will go on as planned. The people affected most may be the athletes. Many had to reschedule flights to the different airports in the state that shut down operations for the storm and will arrive a little later than expected.
The teams were scheduled to arrive starting this past weekend for training. And with the weather that Hurricane Irma brought, those flights have been delayed, postponed. So we've got teams coming in 3, 4, in some cases 5 days later than they originally anticipated. But we had athletes starting to arrive as early as last night, and we'll continue to see more and more athletes throughout this week, and especially this weekend. And they'll be out here training at the park.
Also, some of the host hotels are still without power and scrambling to get back online before their teams arrive. Coming up, following the deaths of 8 residents of a nursing home without air conditioning, several investigations have now been launched into how staff there handled post-Irma recovery. And the murder of a Maryland teacher takes a shocking turn after police arrest her boyfriend. The story coming up.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job. I am Goodwill, yeah.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop pad that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
ABC7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
Several investigations have been launched into why 8 residents died Wednesday at a Hollywood, Florida nursing home. The city of Hollywood says the facility's air conditioning system was not fully functioning, making the nursing home excessively hot. It's believed the system went out Sunday when a tree fell on a transformer that powered the AC system.
That's part of our investigation. We're looking into the temperature inside of the facility, the staffing inside the facility, and all of the conditions inside the facility in the hours leading up to this situation.
The nursing home says it was prepared for the storm but did not think it would still have to fight the heat with fans and portable air conditioners. Governor Scott says he's going to demand answers on how this tragic event happened. Now to the mysterious death of beloved Maryland teacher. Lauren Wallen was 4 months pregnant when she vanished. Her body later found in a shallow grave. Her boyfriend is now a possible suspect. ABC's Ariel Reshef has the latest from New York, including a calculated decision by investigators that may have led to the man's arrest.
The killing of this pregnant former teacher of the year, sending shockwaves through her Maryland community.
Why you
31-year-old Laura Wallen reported missing by her family earlier this week.
Defies description, the awfulness and the horror that we have been put through on this.
Her boyfriend, Tyler Tessier, now charged in her murder. Tessier appearing Monday with Wallen's parents as they pleaded for her safe return.
We're out there looking for her, and we're not giving up on her.
But detectives already zeroing in on the boyfriend as a suspect.
Was a calculated decision made by the detectives in this case for the express purpose of hearing what he had to say. It was done with the approval and knowledge of the victim's family.
Tessier holding Wallen's mother's hand and then making this emotional statement.
Doesn't matter what type of trouble, there's nothing we can't fix together. It was absolutely the hardest thing that my wife could do would be to sit next to him and hold his hand.
Police say Tessier admitted to disposing of Wallen's phone and license. Investigators retracing his movements. The bodies of Wallen and her unborn baby discovered in a freshly dug grave.
Police say Tessier was the last person seen with Wallen, the two spotted at a grocery store near Wallen's home the day before her death. Ariel Reshef, ABC News, New York.
Still to come in your Suncoast News, people who still don't have electricity may be reaching their breaking point. How some comfort centers are now helping people calm down and cool off.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sport Utility for $269 per month, or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Sun Coast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
So, you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So, pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half-mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. In the park on a bench, on the beach on a towel, or on your couch with your kid, your campus is wherever you want it to be. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. You schedule classes around your schedule, and all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. At Independence U, you'll learn from professional instructors with real work experience. You'll get personal support in school and employment assistance when you graduate. Get your degree, but keep your life. That's independence. That's Independence University. So if you're really smart, you'd call now.
Call 1-800-319-0237.
Independence U, for an independent you.
Call 1-800-319-0237.
Get the hottest deals of the year during the summer clearance event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of Ram trucks. Get maximum cargo space and more comfort with a new Ram Quad Cab for as low as $24,999. Or spread out in your spacious new Ram Crew Cab and save up to $10,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
Want the latest weather and traffic conditions wherever you go? Introducing ABC7's revolutionary new First Alert weather app. With our state-of-the-art new weather app, you get up-to-the-minute weather alerts, interactive radar maps, current conditions, 10-day forecasts, real-time traffic maps, and weather video from ABC7, all at your fingertips. And it's free. Just search Suncoast WX in the App Store and download onto all your devices today. Sponsored by Mr. Sparky. As Hurricane Irma tore through the Suncoast, ABC7 First Alert Weather was here for you, tracking Hurricane Irma on the all-new ABC7 First Alert Weather app and sending push alert updates on the storm, providing life-saving tips and non-stop coverage on air, online, and on all your digital devices. Plus, we answered thousands of your questions during our Hurricane Helpline. We kept you informed every step of the way. ABC7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you when you need us most.